Round of 16 was added to the UCL event. This is exactly what you're going to need to know. Finally, he sleeps here. Today, EA added the round of 16 and quarterfinals to the UCL event. This is another voting-based scenario similar to the Europa League. So we're going to take a deep dive and look at exactly what it all means. First, though, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share here at YouTube. Turn on notifications so you know whenever I post a video on FIFA Mobile or any of the other games I create content for. We're narrowing it in on 20,000 subscribers here at YouTube, which is absolutely nuts, and I want to thank you guys for your continued support. There was some confusion earlier today when EA hyped the UCL round of 16 like it was going to be a new event in a tweet because it was directing people to what many thought was a new event guide, which obviously wasn't the case. The round of 16 is an addition to the existing UCL event. It's not a new event in itself. In fact, it really isn't adding a whole lot to UCL beyond a new reward you earn whenever you complete the AI match on the main tab shown here. For this match, you're going to earn 125 round of 16 points, 2 times per day, like every 12 hours, the same with everything else. Hopefully this lasts the whole event. If so, it's 35 days, so that's a grand total of 8,750 round of 16 points. Now let's skip to the quarterfinal tab. This is where you'll be voting for your favorite team from the round of 8. I know the round of 8 just started, and this is supposed to be a round of 16, and that's what they just added. The round of 16 is already done in real life, remember. So we already know who is in the round of 8, but there's not 8 teams here. Heads up if you're a Chelsea fan, no vote for you. Each of these 7 teams shown here will get a new 93 rated quarterfinal player. Now this vote is similar to the Europa League mini event that we had a while back. Some of you are probably confused. You have no idea what I'm even talking about regarding voting in Europa League, because it was so non-existent in that mini event that most either didn't even know it was there, didn't catch it at all, or they forgot about it like after day 1 and they never really voted. Or they just voted for the very first team they saw because they didn't understand it or didn't know what was going on. Now, each day, you'll come back to this tab and claim 3 voting options. What do you get? 3 UCL quarterfinal votes plus 60 UCL round of 16 points. Then you're going to vote for up to 3 different teams from the 7 of 8 quarterfinal teams that are shown. Now you can either spread those votes around and, vote for one time on each of those every day, or you can go all in on your favorite and put 3 votes down for one of them. But whatever it is, if you vote in at least one time between now and April 12th, you're guaranteed an 84 or higher rated group stage UCL player in a future store offer. That's what this whole thing is over here. Now on April 12th, we expect they're going to announce which 3 teams received the most votes, and then those 3 teams will get a bump in that 93 rated player because it will change it to 94. So the voting is basically trying to figure out what's the 3 most popular teams of the 7 of the 8. And then those will get a small 1 OVR bump. No, we don't know yet who those 93 rated players are. They are not the 93 rated players from the round of 16 tabs from these tabs. It is not these 93 rated players. It will be new quarterfinal players, and these round of 16 players are not 93s yet. These are the round of 16. These are going to be quarterfinal players, something completely different. Now, voting only is going to last 12 days. It's not really clear in the guide where all the dates and stuff are going on, so we assume that it ends the way it did in Europa League, so that's 12 times 60 round of 16 points, bring your grand total of round of 16 points to 9,470 so far. Unless they continue those so you can still claim those 60 points every day and just not get the voting. We don't know, and it's not really very clear in the entire thing as far as like what is actually going on. So let's go ahead and go back and jump to the exchanges. So if we look down here in the exchange tab under UEFA Champions League UCL, there is a 250 point R16 offer that expires in 5 days. Right now it says 5 days. No clue on how often this is going to be coming up, or if this is going to actually refresh in 5 days. They've had so many problems with this. Constant issues with the exchanges not resetting already in UCL. So maybe this is just another 5 weeks of this, or it's just 2 weeks and then the voting ends, or we only get it one time and then they put something else in. No clue at this point. Now, if we go back to the event into the round of 16 tab, here's where you're going to spend all of those round of 16 points. You turn them in 250 at a time for a chance at a round of 16 players. Every 16 spins, there's a mercy system in play. You're guaranteed a player. But if you look under pack probability here, the player drops are at 1% of the time. 1 in 100. So don't be expecting a ton of these players, and you can only pack each one time, and then they get removed from the list of all these players. They basically get checked off. So you can only grab each one time, which is pretty standard for a player wheel in this event or any of the past events. There are 3 milestones in here as well that are based on your luck in pulling players. An 89 rated icon for 4 player pulls, 95 rated center back for 6, and 98 center attacking mid Zidane for 14 player pulls. 14 player pulls. I just want to note that the way this works is if you do pull a player, you see that with a UCL player pool, you earn an icon score point. That's because they also have some pack offers that you can buy players for 280 FIFA points. You have more luck at guaranteed 250 R16 points and then a possible player. But these do not come with the icon score. So if you get a player here, it does not count towards those milestones. Now, we really don't have any idea how long any of this round of 16 thing is supposed to last because the guide's just unclear. Hopefully the rest of the event, though, if that is the case and those exchanges refresh every 5 days and they don't screw it up, you're looking at a total of 11,220 round of 16 points. Now, if we go back to the game, that is 44 attempts at the player on this wheel. Now, if every 16 guarantees a player, you're only getting 2. You're only getting 2, so there's no milestones. The 89 requires 4, so it's going to come down to pack probability. And with 2, there's not going to be very many people even earning the first milestone. Now, there's 2 items to note here that I want you guys to pay attention to. Here, we kicked off of this comeback. Number 1, if you get a player in one of your spins, like if you pull a player here, it says progress resets whenever a UCL round of 16 player is received. That means it's going to reset to 0. It does not continue toward a guaranteed player on the 16th spin. This means it's a mercy system, which is completely different than the player wheels we've seen in the past. And with a 1 in 100 chance of pulling a player plus a 16 spin mercy system, it's very unlikely that you'll be getting lucky and pulling a bunch of these players. In fact, I would be surprised if most people get more than 3 total. So if you want that Zidane 98 rated center attacking mid, just forget it. You have a better chance of voting for Chelsea, who's missing in that quarterfinals tab. That's it. It isn't a new event. It's just a vote, a player wheel, and more resources for doing what you're already doing. There's no new skill games, no new matches, nothing like that. Just don't forget to claim your daily votes. Hope that helps clarify the round of 16 and quarterfinals editions. If it did, make sure you subscribe here at YouTube and check out finallysleeps.com as well as my Twitch channel where I stream multiple times throughout the week with FIFA Mobile and the other games I create content for. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making videos.